Guys, I know I ain't seen my daughter all night, so I wanted to hang with her. So I want to make sure I bring Ivy up here. But first off, I want to just say hats off to Coach Key and his staff and his team. Haynes, their quarterback, is really good. So I'm just thankful that we had the opportunity to compete against them. And they did a good job, and I wish them safe travels going back home. Coach Mogridge, who's on that staff, and Coach Buster Faulkner, who I got a chance to coach with, who we developed a good friendship. And I'm just very thankful that we got to play against those guys, and they competed all the way to the end. They were just a really good football team and a well-organized and well-prepared football team.
Questions? We'll start right here in front with Emily.
Fran, I know earlier in the week there was maybe some things that Key said that rubbed you maybe a little bit the wrong way, it might have sounded like. What was your conversation with him like after this game, and had that added fuel going into this game?
I mean, it did add fuel. He knew me, so it was just like I told him, I didn't know him. I was on the other side of the ball. I took that personal, and I took it personal when he talked about it wasn't about X's and O's. It was about coming up here being physical and tough for 4 hours. And we from the Northeast. Like, what you mean by that? You know, like, we don't play football, like we're not physical and tough. I took that very personal. I took that personal because of what the S means. You know, Syracuse has been physical forever, and I wanted to make sure that that will never be said about us. Like, we're not soft, you know. So that bothered me. It rubbed me the wrong way. And the T in DART is for tough. So that's why.
Chris?
Daddy,
What's up?
I'm hungry.
Oh, you're hungry. Like this. Here, have this.
Fran, Fadil obviously played a lot at sort of the second level. What does that allow him to do, and when did you guys sort of decide that that was going to be your approach today?
Coach E's really brilliant when it comes to thinking, and we know they haven't faced that. We know they didn't practice against that, and we also felt as though Fadil was athletic enough, and he's big. So it was a difference when most guys are getting hit by a 230-pound linebacker, but now you're getting hit by a 6'5", 265 who likes contact. So that's the part of it that was why we went and did that. Give me 1 second. You want to go see Mommy? Mom, go ahead. Can you make sure she walks down there and don't fall? He's fine. He's a nice person. I like that. See that? She ain't want to give her hand to a guy. We're starting off right. Yeah, but Fadil was just he's a physical, like he's a big dude, and he does the right thing when it comes to football, and he practiced really hard, and we felt as though let's let Fadil be the guy running those alleys and make those hits. And we knew Haynes knew him. They were at Texas A&M together, so it was like Haynes looking across, you know who he is. So now you go tell them like, oh snap. He probably didn't say that. He probably, oh snap, they got Fadil here. It's a difference looking at Fadil, especially when you lose Marlowe Wax. And now in the next week, in the middle of our defense, you had to go be able to replace that with someone that would be able to almost be who Marlowe is at linebacker. He's not a linebacker. It was for this defense, but we were able to replace Marlowe for a quick weekend, being as though the other guys was able to still stay at their other spots.
Mark and then Brent.
Hey, Coach. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. So last week you said you wanted to send Ryan Day a bottle of champagne.
Yeah.
So have you
I told my wife she need to order it all, and that needs to go out fast.
So what are you going to raise the ante? What do you want to send him today? And could you just talk about Kyle's performance? Can you talk about Kyle's performance and his 16-yard scramble on 3rd and 3?
I mean, the 3rd and 3 scramble meant a lot to our program. Like I'm always telling Kyle in practice when he'll run inside, I mean, I'm cussing at him and chasing him. You should be running. You're afraid to run. I want to see the Little League Kyle McCord. I'm not looking for this college guy that you think. I want the Little League football player. So when he did that, that did something to the program. I don't know if you noticed, everybody went crazy because we know he can do that. I said, but you can't spike the ball, Kyle. You know what I mean? He can't do that. We got lucky. That should have been a flag. But it meant a lot for him to do that. And Kyle's a good player, you know, and Kyle's a really good player. And I think he's showing that consistently. And I'm so thankful to have him. Like, you know, God's amazing. You know what I mean? I get the opportunity to coach that kid. So I'm thankful and blessed that he's here at Syracuse.
Go to Brent next, and Mario back.
Fran, what kind of tests over here? What kind of tests did your team pass in the fourth quarter as Georgia Tech was driving up and almost made this a game here?
I mean,
it did make it a game, I should say.
I mean, it made it a game, but there's certain things that you want to do. Like, we weren't playing to stop the run. We were playing to try to keep the quarterback now in the pocket and do different things. So it's a different part of the game. It's the monotony of football. I mean, at the end of any game, when they get close and it gets like that, I mean, you've seen that happen 1,000 times. Now we got to work on that. Special teams are going to touch the ball before it hits 10 yards. That's bad coaching on Fran Brown. Nobody else, not the special teams coach, not other than those guys. That's on me to be able to put the right guys in the right place. Our guys need to be able to be who they are. You got some guys that are ball guys, some guys that are blockers, and one of the blockers went for the football. So that's totally me, though. That's not those kids, so don't put that on them. But we needed that little test. I'm going to get the ball back, and then let's see what happens. You know, and they got to show you that our defense is better than all you guys tried to say they were last week, you know.
Mario, on back.
You talked about that physicality part, and one guy, all the way back, sorry. One guy being LaQuinn Allen. At the beginning of the year, you said he needed to be more physical. What'd you see out of him today?
That LaQuint needed to be more physical?
Yeah, he said
I
he
never
put
said
on,
that.
He said he put on pounds and
Yeah, but I never said he needs to be more physical. He's always been physical. I said I want him to be that physical
Correct.
runner when it comes to the fourth quarter, of being able to give him the ball, and we want to get on his back because he's one of the leaders of our football team. And I think he displayed that today, of us being able to just give him the ball. LaQuint wants the ball every play. Like, he wants to be the wide out, the quarterback, the running back, every play. That's his passion. And we're still just trying to teach him that you're a really good football player, LaQuint, and we need you all year. You can't get the ball every down. You can't do this every time. Just give us the opportunity to allow you to last throughout the year. And but you see when the fourth quarter came, who we give the football to, right? LaQuint Allen. I mean, he's our guy. That's leader of our football team.
We'll go to Samantha in the third row, and then Dan in the first row. Samantha, right there, back.
Right after the game, you went over to Otto's Army and you were fired up with the crowd. I want to know why it was important to you to go show your support to them and what this win in particular meant to you.
Because they're in college. Like, you're in college, it's 12 o'clock game, you have fun, like, they deserve that. And I want to make sure they understand that. When I got a chance to go speak to them, I went and seen all the freshmen, and I got a son in college. So just like, imagine when I was in college, I never had the chance to be there. I was always playing. And I just want to make sure they understood that I really appreciate them, like, just all they've been doing as students, and let them know their hard work isn't going unnoticed. Academically, they're doing everything they need to, and then they get to come to the game and support us. And I just want to make sure they knew, like, we appreciate y'all. We heard you guys. Like, it was important. Like, and I'm y'all coach. Like, I'm their coach. It's not just, I just don't only coach the players. Like, I'm their coach. And I was very thankful for them. I'm very happy that they were here. They showed support, and I wanted to make sure they knew, like, because of them, we were able to pull through that.
Dan and then Christian.
Fran, game for Syracuse, a win over 23rd ranked Georgia Tech in the country. Just bring me into that, because you talked about in the beginning here this team being tough, how important Dart is to you. Now you're 2-0, you got to win over a top 25, and then that moment with your son at the end of the game too, just what you could say about that.
Well, I was just literally always worried about us. I didn't really pay attention that they was top 25. They told me that this morning. I was just like, I bet that's cool. Just something else for us to go and get. I was just focused on us. With my son, my oldest son shot me a text this morning, and he just told me how proud he was of me. And he sent me a lot of stuff that literally makes me want to cry just thinking about what he said to me. And it was like real. Like, you know, when you have a son, like my oldest son texts me, I mean, like, dang. It was heartfelt. And then to see his little brother there and just to be happy, I was hugging them both. Because he playing right now, actually. They started at 2:30. And I was just hugging them both, and I was just telling them how much I love them. And like, I can't wait to get home later. I just can't wait for us to play around later on. I don't know, it was a lot. It was it was a family thing. It was a lot that we went through. I remember Franny being that age, and I was at Baylor, and we were losing a lot of games. And he was like being bullied in school about stuff, like not really bullied, but just always talked to about it. And I'm happy Brady don't got to go through that. And he just told me how much of a better coach I was, how I'm a good man, and how he doesn't mind sharing his dad with all of these other guys because he know I'm doing it the right way. So when my son said that, it was like, it just meant a lot at the end of the game, to be honest.
Christian, then we'll go to Aiden.
Fran, congratulations again on the win.
Appreciate that.
A lot of the players in the beginning of the season and in training camp talked about Jeff Nixon's pro-style offense. Why does that style of offense and that system work so well with Syracuse?
Because Syracuse got good football players. We got a lot of good football players, a lot of good kids here, and you can't just get 2 to 3 people the ball. It's a lot of balls. You got to be able to spread the ball around. And he's been in the NFL. He understands what it's like to be able to give the ball to everyone and go in and out of different formations. We don't ever want to have us stuck in one thing, and we have to do that, and that's what we rely on. We don't rely on one guy. We rely on the team, and whatever's rolling, we're going to keep going until you can stop it. And we just like to keep him off balance. He's intelligent. When I was just the corners coach and assistant head coach, he was the offensive coordinator. So there's an older dude that when I was a player, he was coaching against me. He coached our strength coach. He was our strength coach, position coach. So he was like, I've always looked up to Coach Nixon when it comes to it. So when you're able to go get that experience on the team, I asked him a lot of questions. I'm asking Coach Nuns a lot of questions. Coach Mike Johnson. I got a lot of experience on that offensive side and defensive side. But, you get to ask those dudes, and they all putting their little footprint on the offense. And just try to – I think they're well-balanced. And Jeff Nixon's a good dude. And, he's had a great wife. He has 3 daughters in college, a son playing here. I mean, dude just do it the right way, you know what I'm saying? And when guys doing it the right way, I expect God going to keep blessing them,
Hey, Coach, right here in the front.
What's up, youngin? How you doing? How old are you?
20.
20? Dang, you look like you about 16. That's pretty cool.
I'd rather be young, yeah. Congrats on the win. On Monday, you talked about that you need to stop the run to win this game. What did you see from your team's improvements in that aspect? And also, what were some of the steps this week that you guys took to get to that role?
It's contact. Me in practice being a maniac, Coach E going crazy. And then the movements that we done when it came to where we put guys at. We came out with a completely new defense, something that we worked on and just went through. And Coach E had the vision, man. Him and Coach Rob and Coach Shafe and Coach Williams, those dudes was just in this one room. And that room, throughout, as the end of the week, I didn't want to go in there no more. It just started stinking in the room they was in. They just stayed in there, and they was just barricaded in there, and they just was going through stuff. And Coach, we got them. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. And they had different things for them. I was very thankful that they did that. And we just was hitting though. It was contact. Dude said he wanted to be physical and tough from 12 to 4. So bet that's what I'm talking about. We from there. You got Derek Coleman over there. How he play basketball, physical and tough. So I wasn't gonna have him come back, Dwight Freeney come back, and we play soft. So you know what I'm saying, I get an opportunity. Whatever we do around here, this Syracuse. So all that stuff they tried to act like who we were, what we about. We're gonna be a physical, tough program. And we're going to put the S back on the map.
Last 2 before we get to the players, we'll go Jesse and then finish in the second row here.
Coach in the back here.
You mentioned a little bit the failed onside kick that Georgia Tech was able to get back. I know special teams struggled at times. Is that kind of the point of emphasis over the next 2 weeks? Is kind of shore that up and
it's a lot we got to fix. There's a lot of things that have to get done. Could be a kid too tired. Got to understand who's on what. Got to be able to have them dig a little bit deeper. Where's that drive? Where's that inner? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? It's a competitive edge that you got to have at all moments that I don't feel everyone on that team had at that moment to go get it done. You have one job, one mission, and at that moment we didn't get it done. They beat us at that. So we got to go fix that up. But it's a lot. We got to fix up some things on offense. We got to fix some things on defense up. Just all aspects of the game. And it starts with me, though. There's a lot of things I have to go and fix. I felt as though I was a little more composed today. I only snapped probably 12 times. You know what I'm saying? Last week it was 40-something. So I was 12, so I'm doing better. I did a lot better. But we got to work on everything. We are so far away from where we want to be. We're not. We're an okay team right now compared to where we want to get to. We got a long way to go. We have a lot to work on, a lot to do. So it's a lot that we got to work on, fam.
And last question for Coach right here in the second row.
Fran, I want to ask just how 2 4th and shorts played out for you. The one on when you ran the jet sweep and converted and got the field goal, and then the second one when they were going forward and Fadil crashed through the left guard. Tell me about the calls and how you saw both those plays unfold.
Well, the one when we got it, we just ate the clock up because we didn't get any points or anything off of that one. What Yazzie Haynes, you're saying on that one run that he got. We didn't get anything out of that. If I'm not mistaken, if we did, we might have got 3 points, but I don't think we did. But what Fidel did, it was big because it was a possession that we was able to take from them, and we kept the ball right there. Anytime you get the ball on 4th down when you're going for it, and then you're able to stop him, because when he's going for it, he's saying, I'm tougher than you. I'm about to go for it. And then I'm saying, when we go for it, we're tougher than you. And who won the most 4th down this day? We did, yeah, because he said he wanted to fight from 12 to 4. So that's all I was thinking about from 12 to 4. That's why I was very, and you know me. So it's a big difference. When you know who I am and you come at me about toughness, like, don't do that. I took this game was very personal. And then you know that I coach with Kirby Smart and Muschamp. So why would we not be a tough physical football team? That's just what they do, and that's what we're about, and that's where I was at. And I did take that very personal. And I want to make sure everyone understands that when you play us, just be quiet. So then that way we're just going to go worry about us throughout the week. Don't give no ammo to me. You give ammo to me, I'm coming at you full tilt.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe.